Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Olan Cyber Brief. Cyber fraud in India is getting bigger, smarter, and more organized. This week alone, over 100 plus crore rupees were lost. On this channel, we will cover a weekly series of cybersecurity events across all India. Today, we will cover four news: a bank fraud in MP, an international fraud network in Telangana, election hack in Mumbai, and a digital arrest drive by Mumbai police. We begin with the city of Betul in Madhya Pradesh, where a major bank fraud was uncovered. Around 9.85 crores were siphoned off through seven different accounts. One of those accounts belonged to a deceased person, and that single account alone saw transactions totaling 1.3 crores. This unusual activity triggered suspicion and led the bank to launch an audit. Authorities suspect that the fraud involved misuse of internal banking credentials by an outsourced employee. Quick summary: large scale internal access abuse leading to nearly 10 crores in loss. Let's move on to the one of the biggest cybercrime crackdown of this month. The Telangana Cybersecurity Bureau uncovered a huge organized fraud chain, resulting in the arrest of 81 people in just 25 days across 5 states. The financial impact was a staggering 95 crores. This wasn't a small time scam, it was a highly structured network with foreign links, using SIM cards, mule accounts, fake bank accounts, and an entire infrastructure dedicated to fraud operations. This tells us that a professionally run fraud syndicate with deep border cross border links can do a high damage to our society. Next, we look at an online election compromise. The Indian Academy of Neurology had its voting platform hijacked. Although no legitimate member voted, the system recorded 100 fake votes. Wow. Hackers changed the admin details, intercepted OTPs, manipulated the voting process. An FIR has been filed and the investigation is ongoing. This happened because of weak authentication, which allowed attackers to take over an entire election. Last but not the least, let's move on to some good news. The Mumbai police have launched a digital arrest scam awareness drive, going door to door to educate citizens about the digital arrest scam. A typical digital arrest scam involves a fraudster pretending to be a government official who forces you to stay on a video call and transfer money under the threat of an arrest. Mumbai alone has seen 140 cases and above, with losses adding up to totaling higher than what we have heard in the previous three: 140 crores. Mumbai police is taking proactive steps to battle rising digital arrest scams. What is the trend of this week? Organized, large scale fraud networks are on rise. Across all stories, one trend is clear: highly coordinated cross border fraud networks are expanding fast. The combined losses from the week's major cases show how vulnerable individuals, especially seniors, remain. For everyday users, what does this mean? Be skeptical of high pressure calls. If you or anyone in your family are being called and the person claims that you are under arrest or a loved one is being detained, check on them. Do not fall under the false pretense of callers and scammers. If anyone in your family has a deceased or someone recently passed away in your family, make sure their account is logged. For online voting or polls, always ensure you're on the official platform. If you suspect cybercrime, like the one that happened in all across Telangana in 5 different states, call the cybercrime helpline at 1930. I repeat, 1930. If you don't have that number saved, I would recommend you to save it in your phone right now. Fraudsters are evolving quickly with better tools and AI. Main purpose of our channel was to reach out to managers and business leaders. What are their key takeaways from these incidents? Please conduct proper background checks, especially for outsourced employees. Conduct supply chain risk assessment to understand risk within insider employees, SIM providers, third party vendors, and banks. Invest in cyber education so employees, especially senior employees or not so tech savvy employees, understand authentication. They know which are the safe portals, which are the internal sites, how they can identify fake call, fake email. Make sure your operations are secure. Enforce role based access control if possible. There should be a segregation of duties so that no single employee is able to create and then modify critical data alone without supervision. So, secure your systems with strong authentication, proper input validation, and monitoring tools. That's all for today. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay tuned to our channel. See you next week with another episode of our cybersecurity series. Thank you and have a great day.